Yes, guys, I know, you don't have to tell me. It's been a while, but guess what? We're back at it. We're gonna start getting some more long form videos out to you, and I had to start with this one because my favorite running line has just added a new version, and I gotta tell you, spoiler alert, it's really good. So today, we're taking a look at the Puma Deviate Nitro 4. Let's get into it. What's going on, everybody? It's Mike from the Sneaker History Podcast, and we are back with another video. Man, I haven't done it in a long time. Yeah, we gotta do some more of these long form videos. I miss it. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for tuning on in for another video. And I haven't said this in a while, but thank you guys for supporting the channel. All the shorts I've been really making, trying to keep up with this kind of everyday format is very hard, by the way, but I'm glad you guys still really rock with the videos. I really appreciate you guys. And yeah, we're gonna do a better job of mixing and matching so I can really, bring out both types of videos to everybody. But today, as our first long form video back in a very long time, I gotta talk about one of my favorite running lines. You guys already know the Puma Deviate line. It's been something I've been running in for a while now, since the Deviate 1, which I ran my first half marathon in. And of course, I've ran in every one since. I don't have the 2s anywhere near me. I think they're in my closet somewhere, but I do have a pair of the 3s right here. Love this one. This is gonna be the Brooklyn Circus pair, which I don't wear this one to run in. My running pair has been thrashed. This is more of like the my casual one, and I have a second running pair as well. I think I did 3 of those, which is crazy. I love that one. And then now the brand new Deviate Nitro 4. And I gotta tell you, I love the progression of this line because we don't get any huge changes between the 3 and the 4. The biggest change I think I remember when I look at all of them is gonna be between the 1 and the 3. That's gonna be where we get our big changes. So you can clearly see that we have some upgrades across the years here. But when you look at the 3 and the 4, it's subtle changes. It's gonna be kind of the theme of this video. It's gonna be a sports car. Once you upgrade a sports car so much, there's only little tweaks you need to make here and there to make it maybe lighter, maybe a little faster, but you don't have to overhaul it because it's already good. So let's just make it a little bit better so that way it can keep progressing in the natural way. Now, the Puma Deviate Nitro 4 is going to still have that nitro foam, that namesake. So the nitro foam is set up in a dual density way, so that way you get just great soft feeling right underfoot, but you get the really nice responsiveness that's hitting the ground, helping you to propel forward and not, well, have a hurt foot after a run. So I really do like this setup. It's something I've been doing the entire time, probably a little less with the 1s. It's not as apparent with the 1s, but once you got to the 3s, that dual density setup was there as well. And again, it makes sense, especially when you're running. Now, first things first, I forgot to even say thank you to Puma because they sent me this pair. I really do appreciate you guys. They know I do love this shoe a ton, and I've run it a few times now, and I gotta say, the little tweaks we're gonna talk about, they're noticeable in the best kind of way. So with that, I feel like they have, not necessarily, because it's still a nitro foam where it's going to be that nitrogen infused foam they use, but I feel like they made it a little springier. So when you look at the 3, you guys can kind of see that it has some give. This is going to be the more dense side here, but it's kind of tight. Not in a bad way, but they go ahead and they give it a little more springiness on the 4 to where it's a little softer, a little bit more give to it, so that way I will say it's ready right out the box. Those weren't bad whatsoever by any means, but they're even more ready out the box. I'll talk about incremental changes. That's what I can feel when I put these on. Both are amazing, but this one just, you can tell that they did a little tweak to make it better. Now, as we go up to the upper of the sneaker, another change they made was still using that engineered mesh up top, but if you look at the difference here, this one has more of kind of that knit sock-like appeal here, or feel, while this one's gonna be a little thinner. And sometimes we get thinner, it's like, oh, it's gonna be that kind of pinches. No, it's still very soft, and the thinner layers they made make it a little bit more breathable, and of course take a little bit of weight off. And we're talking about weight, we're talking about tiniest bit of weight that's going to be removed here. Again, when competition runners are going for PRs and training, they're just trying to get better and faster, that little bit of weight makes a difference. So I can see why they've done that, because any advantage helps their runner when they're trying to, again, win races. Now, something else I noticed here, so if we look at the 3, they have the fuse pieces, or the power tape you'll see going across in those high wear areas, making sure everything is really just stable, get that lateral containment. They did something different here. So instead of using a power tape, which again could add the most minuscule amount of weight, looks like we have just some tighter knit patterns. So look through here. So if you look in, we have some tighter knit patterns that are going through the shoe to provide the containment. So that way you're not having to add any additional materials, but you're able to go ahead and just do it kind of in a natural fashion with the materials that are already here. So I like how they did that. So again, I'm no competition racer by any means, but just breaking down shoes, you kind of know kind of the idea of what they're shooting for here. And again, it makes perfect sense. Now going up the shoe, you're gonna still have that same lacing setup where it's gonna have the fuse around the laces, because you want that to make sure that as you're pulling your laces tight, you're not ripping through the knit material. So that's never going to change. You're gonna have a flat lace here that does have some reflective pieces in the middle. So if you're running at night, it will get that light reflecting off so people can see at least your feet, right? You're gonna have a tongue that's gonna be a little different, not much, a little different than what we saw before. So with this one, it has more of a kind of in that same material, kind of that sock knit type material here, right? In that 3, a little different. This one, they went with that lighter material. It does have almost kind of this felt on top. You're still gonna have mesh down at the bottom here, but it has this kind of this synthetic felt type material that's gonna be soft, but it is going to be lighter and more breathable. So I like how they've done that. And with all their running lines now, they have kind of this holographic branding here. So this one's gonna be the Deviate 4. So that's something new they've done, which I like that little pop there. Can't be mad at that. And of course, you are gonna have your form stripe going across and just fuse pattern right across the side on both the medial and lateral side. No big differences there. Now, something else we do have a difference in is going to be the heel area. So in most fashions, there's gonna be a heel clip on the 3. You got this little heel clip, looks like a spoiler almost, right on the outside. But again, in a way to reduce a little bit of weight, it's internal now. So it is in here at the bottom. And I like that because again, takes a little bit of weight off. I love the way it looks. Nothing wrong with either way. You can go, each one looks good. But this one's going to, again, remove a little bit of extra weight, remove a little bit of extra materials, and again, still give you that lockdown in the heel so that way you're not slipping or, you know, falling out of the shoe. Now, something they did do that made this shoe a little better, and it's going to be for that runner just trying to get it and get up and go. You'll notice, look at the way that the opening is here. Really normal opening. What they went for here though, that kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, wider mouth on it, but it's going to be easier to just slip your foot in. Now, of course, you're going to want to tie your shoe when you're running, make sure it's still nice and tight, but this is going to be easier. So if you're just trying to throw them on, this allows your foot to really slide in a whole lot easier than just the normal opening you have around the ankle collar. So I like how they did that little extended ankle collar so you can open it up, slide your foot in, and just get out the door and run. So really, like, again, little changes to make it a little bit better. You're gonna have just that mesh inside, thin mesh, making sure your foot stays dry because of course it is gonna soak up that sweat, but also at the same time, you wanna make sure it is not going to be heavy, so it is a very light mesh material. Inside, you're gonna have a very thin insole, but that's typical with running shoes. You're not gonna get this big honking insole. Nothing special because all of the cushioning is coming from that nitro foam, so that, you know, makes a lot of sense there. Now, as you'll see, there is a little bit of a lip here when it comes to the foam. I guess it's for balance. I don't understand. I think it's more of a design cue. I don't know if it really does anything because you can see there's a bit of an extension out here. You didn't get that so much, like not a ton on the ones, a little bit. I guess you do have a little bit of a extension there. But it's really out there. Again, you got kind of this extra spoiler, this lip here. So with it being on the back of the shoe, the only thing I can think of, maybe provide a little bit of extra balance, but besides that, I don't think it does too much. Now, as we get to the outsole, it's gonna still use that Puma grip, and you'll see that they kept pretty much the same style of traction where you have got the 2 pods on the heel. You're going to have the big slab right there on the forefoot, and leaving the midfoot, I should say, open to just foam. So again, not giving too much weight from the rubber that they're putting there. Now, you're also gonna have, you see in the middle, sorry for the dirt there, guys, but you do have a power plate, which is gonna be a carbon composite plate that's gonna provide stability and of course that energy return, that kind of springy, that bounce back, which I'm spoiled, guys. I really, if I go running, I have to have that plate now. I just feel weird without it. And again, it could be just a mental thing, like a placebo effect, but for me, I do feel a difference. I love that stability. I love that energy return because it helps to keep my foot going straight as opposed to some of the shoes that get too soft with just foam and none of that stability where, I don't know, I feel like I strain my foot a little bit more. So this helps me keep going straight, if that makes sense. Now, the shoe is going to be available right now, and it's 160 bucks if I'm not mistaken. I put the price on there just in case I'm a couple bucks off, but they're available now, and I got to tell you, this series, you guys, I mean, I will tell you, you'll like the shoe. I know when you think of runners, there's probably some of those shoes out there that you're like, oh, what about this one, about that one? There's always going to be great runners out there, but I'll tell you this, if you're looking for a new one, you want to try something out, I would definitely try out the Deviate Nitro series because they are really, really good. And they do fit true to size, so I wouldn't say go up half a size. Even with a wide footer, I always say try it on. But it is a very soft mesh, so it may fit fine with just going your normal size, but try them on if possible, just to make sure you're getting the right size. But in most cases, I say go true to size. But let me know down below what you guys think. I'm a big fan of this one. And again, Puma, thank you for sending this over. I really do appreciate you guys. Let me know what you think about them. Do you like them? Do you not like them? Let me know down below. Until next time, guys. See ya.